Good morning, DBS family. Thank you so much for waking up here with us on DBS this morning. If you guys are ready to shake off the rest of those Z's, I know it's time for us to wake up in the know with our morning news highlights. All right, early risers, now that we are a little bit more informed about what's going on in our special place on the earth, I think it's time that we head into the rest of the show. But before we can do that, we have to take a quick commercial break. So stay with us. We'll be right back. Good morning, DVS family. Today we're back with a familiar face. You guys may remember our friend Hadassah from HD Marketing, but today she's actually here in a different capacity as the young up-and-coming writer behind Into Her Mind. So good morning, Hadassah. How are you doing today?
Good morning. I'm doing very well today, thanks.
All right. So we already knew about your talents in regards to digital marketing, and I know you mentioned in our last broadcast that you were a content creator as well. Yes. So could you tell us a bit about what you have going on with Into Her Mind?
Well, Into Her Mind is mostly just poetry for now. So I'm just posting poetry and visuals of what goes on inside my mind. Yes.
Oh, I think we're going to need some more details in regards to that. So what would you say your genre is on there? How do you come up with your poetry?
Most of my poetry comes from personal experiences, but a lot of it comes from things I viewed in society as well. So I do kind of take shots at a lot of things and injustices that I see going on in the form of writing and poetry.
I love that. So I know definitely in St. Lucia, Sir Derek Walcott was a big influence for a lot of people in terms of poetry and playwriting. So I've known you for a long time, so I'm sure that would be one of the influences for you. But what else has influenced your poetry in terms of your writing style and your decision to come into the industry?
I would say a lot of it actually comes from my mother. She herself was a writer and a bit of a singer as well, so I have been heavily influenced by her in terms of writing. However, it's also a need to express myself in a way that makes me feel comfortable, and with writing I'm able to do that in the form of words.
Definitely shout out to Mommy Liz. You know, I might be passing by soon for some bakes. I remember you and I miss you very much. And would you suggest the writing, because I know for sure that writing poetry did help me a lot in terms of learning how to express myself and finding positive ways to deal with what could be negative emotions sometimes. So what would you suggest to young people who may not be particularly native to writing and putting their words down? What would you suggest to them if they're considering it as a means of processing their emotions, or, like you said, finding a new way to express themselves?
Well, for me, my process in writing would be actually the answer to that question. So it's actually just putting out exactly what you're thinking and feeling with no really limitations or censoring on what you want to say, and then going over it in a form that's appropriate or in a way that you could better clarify and drive across your message.
Okay, so if we head over on your Instagram page, Into Her Mind, we'd see some of your work and stuff there, right? All right, so what really influenced your decision to put things out on social media? Would that tie across to your digital marketing, or is that your means that you're comfortable with? Take us into what drove you to launch the Into Her Mind page on Instagram.
Well, a lot of my friends and family have actually read some of my poetry, and they did say that it's very relatable. It helps them to cope with what they're going through. So I figure that if it helps one person, then I may as well be putting out my story in the hope of helping other people as well.
That's so nice.
Thank you.
I love that. Okay, so how can people access your content? Because I know I've been a fan for a little bit, but for people who may not be familiar with your Instagram page, catch them up to speed.
Well, we're only on Instagram for now, but the handle is Into Her Mind. Is Into INTOHR mind. You could also search for HR Poetry and you would find me.
All right, and before we log off, I'd love if you could conjure up something new for us maybe, or just play on your memory and read to us one of your pieces that you think might resonate with our viewers today.
All right, well, the first one that comes to mind is the one I did on my idea of what a woman is. And it goes a bit something like this, just offhand. Creation itself, shaped in flesh and bone, she sets the tone, makes a house a home. Graceful as the ebb and flow, but steadfast as the archer's bow. And it just goes on like that, explaining and discussing and describing how a woman is graceful, but also very hands-on and very capable as an individual on her own.
Beautiful. Definitely something to head over to our Instagram page and look out for, guys. Well, we're checking out with Hadassah for this morning. So one final one for the camera. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome back. So as we continue to explore the bounds of St. Lucian creativity, we are here with another artist of a traditionally unconventional field of the arts here in St. Lucia. Today we are exploring the world of tattooing with Loki, a young tattoo artist located in the city of Castries. Good morning, Loki.
Hey, what's up? You good?
I'm doing pretty well. So I can't help but to wonder, how exactly did you get into the field of tattooing? Because per my knowledge, at least, I don't know of any tattooing schools or anybody who is really advocating for the industry here in St. Lucia. So how did you get into tattooing?
I've always been creative, always been into art. And I had tattoos when I was working in a bank. And then I was like, how can I monetize my art and make money from that? And I like tattoos already. So I linked up with Chioke Couchman. His Instagram name is Limitless Art. And he was my mentor for a good couple months, 6 months to a year. He was teaching me the ropes. I learned everything I need to know from him. So always grateful for him. And from there, everything just took off. Built a page, started getting some canvases, people to work on. And from there, it's just been happening. Yeah.
All right. Well, I've been a canvas, but you guys aren't ready to see that. Oop. Very busy shops we're working with here. So I know with tattooing, there's so many different types of tattoos. I mean, it kind of relates just like people who are putting down art on regular canvases, Van Gogh, Picasso. So what kind of tattooing would you say you specialize in, or what interests you most in tattooing?
I like the new school art style, but I'm more into black and gray with pops of color. So it'd be 90% black and gray and maybe a red swoosh or a red eyeball or something, just to bring the whole image forward, to give it life. That's what interests me the most, yeah.
All right. And I know for sure there's a lot of people out there, especially young men out in St. Lucia, trying to figure out what field they'd get into. I mean, the world is expanding every day and people are getting into more creative jobs. So what would you say to somebody maybe out in the audience watching right now who is considering becoming a tattoo artist or has a true interest in the industry?
I say go for it. There's nothing stopping you, just go for it. I mean, people are going to tell you, yeah, there's other jobs. But if that's what you want to do, go for it. There's money everywhere in the world. Sometimes you get a gig or your art style is different and it brings a new flair into the space and everyone has to come to you because your style is different. Don't let anybody stop you. If you want to do it, go for it, man. 100%. 100%. All
right, well, you heard it here first. Before we check out with Loki, just let us know how people can contact you if they're interested in some of your work.
Okay, I'm at Inksanity in town. That's on Jeremy Street. You can either book through the shop at 758 Inksanity on Instagram, or you could message me directly at Mischief Inc. on Instagram.
All right, so we're going to have both those handles here on the screen for you guys right now. And we're checking out from Inksanity in Castries. Stay tuned because we have more when we come back.
everyone, and welcome to this morning's Soca Size session. Leading the wine, we have Sarah, Laurie, and Shani. Let's get ready to sweat with Soca Size. For this morning's workout, we will be doing a cardio Soca Jam routine to Do Play That by Machel Montano. Let's get moving. So we're going to begin with our right leg, toe, tapping, hands side to side. 4, 3, 2, 1, and 4, 3, 2, 1, pump the arms, pump. Removing the core as well. 4, 3, 2, now we're going to shuffle, push, move those legs, turn, 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 gonna tap, tap, and pull, tap. 4, 3, 2, left leg, let's go. And my low impact, you can skip the jump and just tap the leg. 4, 3, 2, pump, and 4, 3, 2, shuffle, push, turn, 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 pull, and 4, 3, 2, 1, tap. 4, 3, 2, 1, pump. Hey. Push. Turn. 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 Left leg. Tap. 4, 3, 2, 1, pump. 4, 3, 2, 1, push. Turn. 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 That was this morning's session. Thank you for choosing to flaunt with Soca Size. We hope that you're feeling sexy, sultry, and strong.
All right, well, that's a wrap for today's show. Thank you so much for staying tuned and letting us be a part of your morning. You guys go off and have an amazing day. Remember to stay positive and keep focused on your goals. Let's call it Make It Happen March. Make it happen, March. Be safe today. See you guys tomorrow.